Namaskar, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to our yoga class. As is the usual practice, let's go over the basics of yoga. Yoga is different from Western medicine, and it is different in the sense that Western medicine treats the symptoms, whereas yoga, while it is reducing the symptoms, is actually working towards the root cause of illness in the body. And yoga primarily works by stress reduction in the body. It can be done with physical exercises, breathing exercises, mantras, and other meditative practices. An important thing to note about yoga is that the mind does not wander. So keep the awareness within you, focus your mind on your breath, and visualize the part of body that's being exercised, and that will bring maximum benefit through yoga. So the style of yoga that we follow is based on breathing exercises and mantras, and that becomes part of the Tantra yoga tradition. And the choice is yours on whether you want to do it sitting on a chair or you want to do it sitting on a mat. And the physical form of yoga that's more popular across the US, that's called Hatha Yoga. But regardless of the tradition, it's all about the breath control and inner awareness. Yoga is designed to increase the energy of communication and better immune system and body's repair mechanism. It makes you feel better and minor issues get resolved. But the same set of palliative yoga exercises can also have a therapeutic effect. In fact, Dr. Rajan has innovated on a very unique yoga therapy method called measured yoga therapy, where we measure how the nadis on our fingertips are performing. And that gives us a window into how different organs or organ systems in the body are performing, where does the root cause of illness lie. And on the basis of that, we can recommend some very targeted exercises that will benefit your particular condition. So if any of you have any conditions you want to talk about, please don't ask it on this forum because it is a public forum. But you can email me at balmukund.dhar@gmail.com, or you can email Jashri Prakash at jrajan.201963 at gmail.com, and that will be the best way to take it forward. I'm myself a beneficiary of the Measured Yoga Therapy program. Last year, I was sick with a condition called Measured Yoga Therapy, chronic fatigue syndrome, where uh, uh, you know, uh, it's kind of an incurable condition. In person always has this post-viral fatigue that never goes away. And I went through the measured yoga therapy, and I recovered in 4 months. And it's pretty remarkable for a condition that's considered incurable in Western medicine. For a few points to note about today's yoga class. First and foremost, please follow instructions to avoid any adverse reactions. Important instruction is to keep your spine straight. Take support if needed, but make sure that the spine is straight. And do your practice gently without strain. If it is too much strain on the body, then it's not yoga by definition. Also, there is limit in duration or count. Please follow it. When you have doubt, avoid the practice or seek clarification, but remember that the liability is entirely yours. Do not multitask or merge two exercises. The slower you do, the better it is for you. The other very important thing is regular disciplined practice. So if you miss a day, use the video recording from our yoga channel on YouTube, Life in Yoga Rajan, where we broadcast our sessions live. Remember that yoga is not just physical exercise, it's a lot more than that, but it's not a religious practice either. So people from all religions are welcome, and it does not interfere with anybody's religious practices. Yoga brings good health of the mind and the body. It brings inner awareness and a sense of cosmic connection. And with that, I'll welcome you all to our yoga family, and I'll let Dr. Rajan start today's session.
Namaste, everyone. As usual, we will begin with 3 ohms. Let's take a deep breath in. Question as usual, is there anybody new today? If so, please unmute yourself and say yes. And if not, I will give brief instruction instead of detailed instruction. Okay. Okay. So let's begin, assuming that everybody has been here before with the chakra vibrations. Bring your focus to the perineum and pressing the little finger, we do the mantra LAM. Take a deep breath in. LAM. 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 Release your fingers and continue. Lam. One last time. Lam. Now bring the awareness 1 inch above the perineum, behind where we urinate, pressing on the ring finger. We do the mantra VAM. 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 Release the finger and continue. VAM. 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 Bring the awareness behind the navel, in the middle of the body. Here, pressing the middle finger, we go on to Ram. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Ram. Now bring the awareness in between the breasts and the middle of the body. And here we do the mantra Yam, pressing the index finger. Yam. Yam. Yum. 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 Release the finger and continue. Yum. Bring the awareness to the throat. And here we do the sound hum. Thumbs up mudra, loose fist. Hum. Hum. Release the fingers and continue. Hum. Now bring the awareness to the middle of the head. Here we do the sound chum. Thumbs up mudra, loose fist up. Chum. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Chum. Chum. Last time. Chum. Now bring the awareness to the top of the head. Thumbs up. We do Om. Release the hands and continue. Last time. Now we go on to happy face breathing, the Ujjayi Pranayama. Many of you know that, so please continue. Those of you who need the instruction with your eyes closed, focus on your throat, make a big smile, feel the stretch in the hole in the throat, keeping the awareness in the stretch. Inhale and exhale slowly and feel like the breath is rubbing along the stretch in the throat, and it will feel like a sucking sensation. Continue. Okay. Now let's go on to the respiratory mantra. Bring your awareness inside the sternum in the middle of the body. And from there, feel a line going through the top of the head, and along that line, vibrate the mantra Haim, Im, Am. 3 syllables, Haim, Im, and Am. But make sure the vibration go outside the body. If it stays within the body, it will give you a headache. So let it go out. Haim, Im, Am, Haim, Im, Am. If you are unable to feel the motion, keep your awareness a few inches above the head. That will be fine. Continue. Very good. Now we go on to the spinal alignment exercise. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, gently tilt your head, bringing one ear towards the shoulder. Inhale, come back up. And as you exhale, go towards the other shoulder and continue.
This is CNN Breaking News. Welcome to our viewers here in the United States and around the world. I'm Will Putzer in the Situation Room. We're following breaking news.
With next exhalation, last exhalation, come back as you inhale. Turn your head and look over one shoulder as you exhale, and inhale, come back. Exhale, look over the other shoulder, and inhale, come back, and continue. Some of you may be multitasking over here, like listening to news or talking on the phone and things. That will rob you of the yoga effectiveness of the exercise. Try not to have focus anywhere else. No disturbance from any other source when you're involved here. Last exhalation. And as you inhale, come back. With the next inhalation, lift up your head and go all the way back. And as you exhale, bring the chin towards the chest and continue. In this cold weather, particularly for some of the seniors over here, you might feel stiffness in the body and breathing may be slower. There may be lethargy in the body. The best mechanism to deal with it from a yogic process is do the respiratory mantra for 20 minutes to half an hour daily. And the other thing is the happy face breathing. And another important element is you may want to soak in a bathtub or have a comfortable, warm, hot water bath every day or shower, and that will keep the body relieved. So these are easy mechanisms to do that. Last exhalation, as you bring the chin to the chest, we go 360 degrees around the neck. Inhale, half a circle, and exhale, complete the circle and continue in the same direction. Now, as you complete the circle, go in the opposite direction. Now the last circle. Remember, as you do this circle, make sure when it goes back, let the head go as far back as possible, hang out. Because most of us tend to bring the chin downward. That part needs relaxation. Excellent. So now we go on to the hand exercises. So stretch your hand forward. And as you inhale, lift up the palm and stretch out the fingers. Exhale, thumb in and make a downward facing fist. Inhale and exhale. Continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Hold down the fist and then we rotate around the fist. Inhale and exhale. Now let's go backward. Last time. Now, let's continue to the next exercise. And I was just reminded I forgot the shoulder exercise. So we should do that. So inhale, lift up one shoulder, exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Inhale, lift up the other shoulder, exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Last inhalation, exhalation, that's good. Now let's bring our elbows in line with the shoulders with a loose fist. And inhale, open out the palms and go around the wrist, and exhale, come down to the fist. Inhale and exhale. Continue. Now let's go backward. Okay, now next, after the next exhalation, interlock your fingers and bring it behind your head. And as you exhale, turn to one side, inhale the other way. Exhale to go the other way, inhale, come back and continue. Okay. Now, let's go on to get hold of our hips behind the back. And as you inhale, push on one hand and make a backward arch. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, make the backward arch the other hand, and exhale, come forward. Continue alternating the pressure on each hand. Last inhalation and exhalation. Now let's cross one leg over the other. And as you exhale, pull on that leg and cross it over while you turn the head to the other side. Inhale, release, and exhale, turn. Now let's cross to the other, cross over the other leg. And as you exhale, twist and turn. Excellent. Now, Let's stretch the leg out. Inhale, lift up the leg, and exhale, stretch it out and bring it down. Let's go to the other leg. Inhale, lift up, stretch and bring it down. First leg, inhale and exhale. The second leg, inhale and exhale, and continue. And last time. Now, we will go on to the alternate nostril breathing. So those of you who know, please continue. On Sunday, we will be doing with more detailed instruction during the long session, if people don't know from before. So for those of you who don't know the visualization technique, close one nostril, exhale, inhale. The moment you inhale, close that nostril and exhale and inhale and continue. Now we can go on to Bhastrika Pranayam. So this can be done in any of the hand positions you like, but the key element is full inhaling and full exhaling. You can keep your hand in the belly if you like. So when you inhale, the belly first comes out, then chest expands and shoulder pulls back. And as you exhale, the hands come down and the belly goes in. The other way in which you can keep is elbows by the side of the chest in a loose fist. As you inhale, feel the belly come out. As the chest expands, lift up the elbows. And then as the shoulder pulls back, go backward and open out the palms. And as you exhale, make a fist and come down. So you can choose whichever way you want. In the first round, I will call the exhalation. So when you inhale, feel the vitality go to the head. And as you exhale, feel it come down. Let's begin. 1. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. 20. Exhale. Bring down the hands. Keep the eyes closed and observe the sensations within. Okay, let's go on to the second round. This time I will not call the exhalation. You exhale on your own timing, but make sure exhalation is longer than the inhalation. And if you find that your total breath is a little longer, that is fine. While I do 20, you can do 18. And try not to be too much slower. And by the same token, if you find you're a little faster, that's fine. But try to do maybe no more than 22 breaths when we do 20 together. Let's go. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Bring down the hands, keep the eyes closed and relaxed, and observe the sensations within. When the sensations subside, those who want to leave at 6:30 can leave. And for the others, we will do one more round and we will go on to meditation. Okay, let's go on to the third round. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Bring down the hands, eyes closed, and be relaxed and observe the sensations within. Okay, so before we go on to meditation, for Lalita Panchangula, for you the mantra is him, H-I-M, him. And for Velu Sendil, the mantra is RIM, R-I-M, RIM. So please continue. Okay, that's fine. So mentally tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. I let go of everything. And mentally feel you're listening to the mantra within. Keep the focus only on the mantra if you have one. If you don't have the mantra, keep the attitude of letting go of everything and the awareness as if the eyes are closed and looking far above mentally. Or keep your awareness at the breath and listen to Om in the background. Sushila Iyer, your mantra is him, H-I-M, him.
Thank you.
You got it.
Sudha Narahari, your mantra is him, H-I-M, him. Become aware of your senses and mentally tell yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. Feel the affirmation within you. Feel the senses. Feel a downpour of connection from far above. Whenever you feel settled with it, and you feel you're ready to come out of meditation, raise your hands up and bring it 6 inches in front of your eyes and look straight into the palm of your hands. So with that, we will close the session. There are some questions on the chat box, so I will look at them first. And okay.
Thank you, Rajanji.
Oh, thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Question, Ashok and Madhuji. You write, permit meditation to continue uninterrupted. So when I find mantra for people in between, is that the interruption you're talking about?
Yes, sir, that's the one. I was hoping that can wait for it.
No problem. So what I will do is in future, if that happens, I will send a personal text message over instead of talking. I will do that. Thank you. Okay. Now, okay, what is the advantage of spinal ujjayi? This is probably from Dr. Sushma Mahajan. That we will discuss tomorrow at the other session. And
That's fine. Thank you.
yes, we will discuss tomorrow. And yes, Jaya Punglia, your question for your answer is that if you want to do something in the morning, feel free to do it. Now, what happens is, I've explained before, there are 4 segments in our practice. The chakra vibrations are one segment, which is for dealing with the conflict between the causal body and the subtle body. And those are particularly good for mental health related conditions and for autoimmune conditions. And for, so if you are going to do 30 minutes morning and 30 minutes evening, then you need to figure out how you're going to cut out the 2 segments. And of course, the spinal alignment and Bhastrika Pranayama are one combination. So you can do it any way you feel like, you can work it out. And then I answered the question about Neeta Shah feeling cold joints. And yes, somebody said something about that.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan.
Oh, you're welcome. And okay. So Sarah Mejia asks, what exercise is recommended for high blood pressure? I've answered that before about the different elements that spike the blood pressure in the system and the different control mechanisms. So it's very individual to each person. And so to the general answer I gave a couple of days back for the same question from Sarah Mejia. So the question for somebody who put in privately about waking up in the morning with the left shoulder pain and all of that, our spinal alignment, Bhastrika Pranayam and the Ujjayi Pranayam, all of these would have helped. So there should be no problem. Okay. And okay. So Savita Rao asks, is Shavasana not necessary with this type of yoga? Does meditation take its place? The answer is, it is not meditation that takes its place. It's a Bhastrika Pranayama that takes its place. See, what happens is anytime you stretch and strain the body, that is the approach of Hatha Yoga, then in which case, after you stretch and strain the body, when you are doing Shavasana, that has the effect of calming and rejuvenating the nadis. The stretch actually creates a interruption, or what will you call it, as a little bit of a strain in the nadis communication. So once you do Shavasana, after that, it is the release where it finds its balance after that. So to have the best effect of the Hatha Yoga approaches, you need the Shavasana or relaxation after each stretch. And of course, normally they do a longer session in the end, or some form of relaxation is needed there. Whereas in our case, because we do all the exercises along with breathing, it is much more gentler and taken care. And in the end, the Bhastrika Pranayama takes care of the full calming down of everything. The two approaches to balancing the vitality within after stretching and straining is, one approach is you increase the vitality, and the other is you reduce the amount of strain you're putting in the system. Bhastrika increases the vitality. And of course, when you do Shavasana, it reduces the strain on the system. Both ways, it is workable. In the Tantra Yoga approach, Shavasana is not necessary. Okay. And any particular mantra or asanas to improve memory? Oh, this is a very broad question. I think it is important to ask why it is the person is losing the memory. So we have to deal with it. Generally, for some people, in the first thing in the morning, a little bit of black pepper is helpful. Just one black pepper, if they bite and eat, or if they put a little bit of the black pepper in their tea and have it, that may be helpful for particularly younger people. For older people, if it is related to degeneration of the brain, it's a different issue. Okay. Do we have Patanjali Yoga Sutra session in the West Coast today? Yes. This today will probably be the last or second last session, where we go through the complete overview of the last chapter and overview of the Yoga Sutras and questions that are there. So today, definitely we will see whether the questions are finished. Otherwise, we may extend it to tomorrow as well. What does it mean if a mantra is working for someone or not? If the mantra is working for someone, that mantra will create certain kinds of manifestations within the person. And what are they? The first thing the person will feel is a deep sense of relaxation, and the mind is kind of, being less distracted. The shoulders may feel relaxed and maybe lighter. So body feeling lighter and relaxed is the first symptoms. And then the second symptom as you go along is the mind tends to wander less. The third symptom that comes along as one goes along is suddenly you might feel in the head and above the head, there is a lightness coming on. And then after that, after a few more days, you will find your intuitive perceptions increase. In other words, like you have a question in your mind and you've forgotten about it, you let it go in the meditation. Then after a couple of days or in the same session, suddenly you find, or one day you wake up in the morning, you have the answer to the question. And it is not any logical reasoning. So this is how the intuitive abilities evoke from the meditation. Okay, so that is this thing. Okay, so I have answered the questions that were there in the chat box. So if anybody else has another question, feel free to unmute and speak up.
I have a question, Dr. Rajan.
Go ahead, Shakuntalaji.
I just want to ask you that in our body, they say like there are 108 chakras, including the 7 most important and one above the body, Dwadishtan. And they also correspond with the mala with Japa 808 and 9. What is the significance of these other chakras and one higher, the Adhishtan chakra in our body.
Okay.
We know we do 7 of them every day.
Okay.
Thank you so much for answering.
Yeah. The thing is basically people who use the word 108 chakras in the body, there is a little bit of confusion between what are called marma points and chakras. Okay.
Mhm.
So actually, technically speaking, one marma point is not included. That is what is also called the Atma chakra or the 8th chakra that we deal with. But the remaining points are considered 107 points. And actually, these 107 points are described in the Ayurvedic surgery, manual of surgery, which is called Sushruta Samhita. And so the 107 marma points are the points that are described in the manual of surgery, because these are points where if you do any surgical incision, it will have devastating impact on the body or very significant impact on the body. And that is so you see, when people who come from belief-based system or people who don't necessarily give you references of where they come from, they use these words like chakras and things like that. But that is the place of where I would imagine the 107 or 108 elements come in. And now when you talk about the Japamala, now the Japamala of 108 and all of this, again, it comes from different observations that are made. And from my perspective, the number of times you do the Japamala is not significant, okay? But on the other hand, there are 2 elements that are significant. One element is there seems to be some cosmic relationship between the bodies around which other bodies circulate. Namely, the diameter of the sun, if you look at that and you multiply it by 108, that is what is the distance of the earth from the sun. And similarly, that is the same if you look at the diameter of the moon from the earth. It is 108 times the diameter. So there seems to be something of that nature that people have observed. The other element, of course, is when a Japamala is done, it is supposed to be done at the first phalange of the middle finger. Okay. And so with the thumb, when you put in the first phalange, that area where you come, that is supposed to be a stimulation point, marma point. Actually, you can feel it right now. With your thumb, press that point, that phalange over there. And if you press it tight in that point, and it is a specific point over there. So if you press, you'll feel a little stimulation in the head. Some of you who are sensitive will feel little stimulation in the head. So that is the reason that first phalange, the point over here, that is considered important for stimulating the head. So these are all correlations, but from a scientific inquiry perspective, we do not give as much importance to the number as much as the experience of the mantra or whatever you do, right? Okay, so with that, we will close over here. We are out of the time. So see you all
Thank you
tomorrow.
very much.
Namaste.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan. Thank you, Dr. Rajan.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.